Hey, it's Lovie. Today we're making banana pudding. And I always use vanilla pudding or vanilla wafers for my pudding, especially for the recipe right here on the box. It's old as the hills. My mama used it. So anyway, we're gonna mix up flour, sugar, and surprise, surprise, there is no butter in this recipe. But anyway, we'll get started. We'll need a half a cup of sugar, a half a cup of sugar, 1/3 cup of flour, third of a cup of flour, and then we'll mix that together, and a little salt. Grab a little salt. Put a little salt in it. Mix that all together. Then we will put in our egg yolks. This is what we'll put make the meringue. So we'll have the egg yolks only and put it in there. And try not to break don't get any of that yellow into the whites. Otherwise you won't have a nice meringue. And then we'll just set this aside. When we put it together. Okay, we've added the flour, sugar, salt, egg yolks, and now we're going to add 2 cups of milk. And we're going to stir that all together really well. And then I'm going to put it over here, cook it uncovered for 10 minutes or so on the stove till it's thickened. Some people use the double boiler, but not me. So anyway, the recipe says to cook it here for 10 minutes or until thickened. And if I was having a large amount of people over, I would double this recipe, and I often do when it's all my family's here. But for now, I'm just making it per recipe, and we'll be back when it's thickened. Okay, it has reached the thickness I think it needs. And I did add a little more milk to that because it'll thicken as it sits and it'll be too thick. So instead of adding 2 cups of milk, I would add maybe 2 3/4. And we'll take it off the heat. I've got to put in vanilla flavoring. And sometimes I forget to do this if it's not right in front of me, so I set it right out. So we've got to add a half a teasp of we got a half a teaspoon of vanilla flavoring. Oops. Okay, and it smells so good. Okay, stir that up good, and then we will, this is for the meringue. The reason I'm making this banana pudding today is I went into Food City to get some flour, and this was marked down 76 cents for the whole bundle. They're overripe and just right for banana pudding. Not the biggest bananas I've ever seen, but they're just right for banana pudding, banana bread, or whatever. And I was slicing, and I sliced from the bottom, and that pulls off a lot of the stuff it's supposed to. Anyway, I will have my bananas sliced up, then we will assemble this in just a minute. Once I get all these bananas done, then I'll show you how to put this thing together. set this aside, and then we'll begin to assemble our banana pudding, as some of the kids called it when they were little. Okay. And we'll put some on the bottom. Put some of the custard on the very bottom of the pan. And I think put the custard down, and then we will put wafers. I like a lot of vanilla wafers in my banana pudding. And just slice them and put them all over the top. It says about 5 bananas. I think it says about 5. Let's see. Okay, that'll be enough for that one. And we'll put some more custard. Layer of custard. More vanilla wafers. Scatter them about. And slice the bananas. Put a little more of this. I believe I put this. I get confused on that. Scatter them about. Okay. And string off those bananas. Okay, here we go. We're going to end up with the custard on top. Scatter out the bananas. My mama used to put pineapple in hers. Pineapple and bananas. It was good. Spread it out. There's enough left in the bowl to feed a small child. Okay, now that looks like it's pretty well spread out. Wash my hands off. Yeah. Okay, now the meringue is done. I'll just stir it up a bit. I'll dump it all on the top. Just put it all on the top. And probably needed a bigger spatula so I could get it all. And then sort of mash it from the center, working it out to the sides. And take it all the way to the very edge. All the way to the edge so that it kind of seals there. And I'll use a few vanilla wafers, and I've outlined the edge because I like vanilla wafers. I will not lie, I like vanilla wafers. And I'll put this all around the edge. Then I'll stick it in the oven at 350. And keep an eye on it, because this egg whites has sugar in it, and it'll burn, it'll brown quickly. So there you go. Now we'll stick this in the oven. Stick this in the oven for a few minutes, and I'll keep an eye on it and not let it brown, and we'll have some dessert after a while. Okay. All right, she is ready. She wasn't coming around fast enough to suit me, so I put it on broil for a few minutes, and I think I'll give it just a tad. I've turned the broiler off. I don't want it to get too brown. There she goes. There she is, all done. Okay, and I'm scooping out some for Granddaddy. It's his favorite. But there it is. There it is. Yes, I believe it's good enough to eat. Let's see.